Today we got a bombshell leak for Call of Duty 2025 and its zombies game mode. Like, this stuff is insane, bro. Like, I cannot even believe what I'm reading when I'm looking at this. Like, what the hell? But you guys have read the title, seen the thumbnail. Yeah, it's all true, and these leaks are insane. Now, first off, credit to where these leaks are coming from. It's Insider Gaming, and if you guys know about Insider Gaming, they are probably one of the most trustworthy leaking organizations out there right now. So I do very much believe what they are saying. And with that said, drop a like and subscribe because this stuff is insane, and let's get into these leaks. Now, the first thing worth talking about is that they say that COD 2025 will be led by Treyarch again. So this means Treyarch is making back-to-back Call of Duty games. Like, I thought they would just be in charge of the zombies game mode in COD 2025, but instead they're actually developing two games back-to-back, which is insane. But keep in mind, it's probably going to be more similar to Modern Warfare 3 from last year, where it was just pretty much this on exactly like Modern Warfare 2 from the year before, except they changed up a couple mechanics, stuff like that. So I imagine it's going to be something similar to that in this case, which is I think we should expect. But this does mean that Treyarch will be developing 2 years of zombies back to back. We used to dream of times like this, guys. This is insane. 2 years. But of course, when we hear that they're doing 2 years of zombies, I mean, we already know with Black Ops 6 they're going to have 7 total round-based maps. So if they're doing back-to-back years, how many zombies maps could they possibly have in the second year? Well, believe it or not, according to these leaks, they're going to have 6 fully fledged round-based maps throughout the game's life cycle. Like, that's only one less. I thought they would be like 4 or something crazy like that. I thought it was going to be like a Cold War season where we weren't going to have that many round-based maps on it. But hell, 6, that's like the usual. That's potentially 2 on launch and then 4 throughout the season, so kind of like a, you know, back in the day kind of style of release. Or it could be like 1 on launch and 5 throughout the seasons. That would be cool too. Honestly, I kind of prefer that more. But regardless of how they do it, that's crazy, bro. Literally, we are getting so spoiled, bro. People don't understand this. People will still go and hate on modern zombies when we're getting all of this content constantly. Like, sure, maybe the quality isn't as good as something like Black Ops 3, but come on, guys, it's still amazing. But hell, this is great news. Now, one interesting thing that I guess I'll bring up here is that they do say that the original crew is likely making a return. So this is Richtofen, Takio, Nikolai, and Dempsey. I don't really want to get into that too much because I feel like that's spoilers for probably what's going to happen at the end of Black Ops 6. So I don't want to talk about it too much, but all I'll say for now is that I kind of hope that it's not exactly the same characters from the past and like they just kind of reboot the characters too. I think that'd be best. Just leave those old characters and their story in the past, and if they bring them back, I don't got a problem with them. I love those characters, but just like make them the Dark Ether version of those characters. Like, we already have the Dark Ether version of Richtofen, right? Like, this is a different Richtofen in this story compared to the ones that we saw in the previous story. Like, literally do what you did in Origins, where it's the same characters but there's just different versions. You know, Primus and Ultimate's 2 different versions. We have now the Dark Ether version. I think that would be completely fine. Now, if you guys thought everything else we talked about was crazy, now we need to talk about the potential locations and settings for these zombies maps. Now, keep in mind what Insider Gaming says here is that these were all concepts and they don't know which ones were chosen, if all of them were chosen, or what was going on with this decision on if these were picked or not. But these are the crazy settings that were being thrown around, which they said, like, this year with COD 2025 zombies, they wanted to make their locations for zombies out there, which is something I'd love to hear, because with the Dark Ether story so far, for some reason they wanted to keep it grounded and they've kept it in these like kind of normalish locations, like something that would happen in real life. But we've seen already with the Tomb that they're kind of stepping away from that, and I'm so happy to see that because my gosh, I just love the crazy locations that we've seen in the past, and it seems like we're finally getting back to that. And when I say that, we really are, because listen to these settings. First off, they said they have a map set in a post-World War II where New York has had a nuke dropped on it by Germany. What the hell is that, bro? Alternate universe stuff? Like, what? Or hopefully the Germans didn't win that war. Like, yo, we don't want that. But where they just developed a nuke and dropped it on New York? Like, what's even going on with that world? That is crazy. And how would that even fit into the storyline? Like, I'm so confused about all of that, but that's what I love. I love when zombies just does some crazy stuff and they should just explain later. Like, that's what I like. I like stuff like that. But it doesn't end there. As crazy as that spot is, it gets crazier, but it gets tamer for now. It says there's another one where it's being set in a Japanese temple at the foot of an erupting volcano. That's cool. I love that. And then we have another one set in Vietnam, another one in Afghanistan, and then finally another crazy one where it's set in a freaking space station. What the hell? But it's not just a regular space station. Instead, it's a space station in the dark ether. Like, bro, that is insane. Like, that is actually crazy. Imagine we get like at least some of those. That'd be crazy. Again, like I said at the start of this, that none of these are guaranteed to be locations. These were just ideas that were put out there, and they did say that they want to have the maps locations be more out there in COD 2025 zombies. They don't want it as grounded as we've seen so far in the Dark Ether story, which is, again, music to my ears. Ideas like this is what I love to hear. This stuff sounds amazing, and even if we don't get even one of these maps locations, the fact that they are going for locations like this is just music to my ears. I love that stuff. Now, the final thing they said in terms of maps is that they said that it's already been leaked a while back ago that COD 2025 Zombies will have the biggest maps to date and have similar transportation systems to transit. And I think that's interesting because in Black Ops 6 so far, the maps have been pretty small. I think everyone's noticed that. So them to go for bigger maps in this upcoming game is definitely a welcome change for me. I really do appreciate that. But the biggest maps to date, and also working with the transit style transportation system, I think is very interesting, because I think this ties into something else that they said in these leaks. Because another thing that they said is that the zombies maps were built up from the ground up to allow players to play different game modes on these maps. And this includes traditional round-based, Grief, and interestingly enough, Outbreak. Bro, if this is what they decide to do, this would be crazy, because it's been leaked for a while that Outbreak is going to be returning, and I've even heard people say that it could potentially be played on that kind of canceled-ish / delayed Warzone map, the Avalon map. But what if that's not what they're doing here? What if these maps, what if like what they're actually going to do here with this Outbreak is that you're going to be able to jump from round-based map to round-based map with this Outbreak mode? Like, imagine how cool that would be. That's exactly what we've been asking for them to do with Outbreak, bro. If that's what they do, I'm more than happy to see them have another shot at Outbreak. And honestly, it would kind of make up for it, because if we're getting just six, well, I shouldn't say just, but if we're getting 6 round-based maps this year or that year, then on top of that we get an Outbreak mode, I think that would be amazing. Bro, everything sounds amazing in these leaks. I honestly cannot believe this. Even the Outbreak spot sounds cool. Like, that's crazy to me. I never thought I'd hear Outbreak again and say like, yo, that sounds cool. But bro, I don't know. This is crazy. I cannot believe this is real. I'm freaking like the LeBron James meme right now. It says, I can't believe this is my life right now. This is insane. COD 2025 Zombies seems like it's setting up to be even crazier than Black Ops 6, and I've been loving Black Ops 6. So I don't know. But regardless though, that's going to wrap it up for this video, and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on everything we've talked about here. You excited or not? Just let me know anything. I just want to hear you guys' thoughts and discussions about all this stuff. But that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.